No, you can't come on camera without earrings. What's good? It's your girl D, back with another video. Today I wanted to give you my initial first impressions as well as some swatches of the new Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette. And I have been a die-hard stan for Urban Decay for years. It was the first major prestige brand that I bought for myself. And it has been very seldom that they've let me down. And I have to say that with this palette, I'm trying. I really am trying. And so the struggle is real. And if you would like to see how real the struggle is, stay tuned after the jump. Alright, so I am on my way to work and this curl is just extra, just extra. Anyways, I'm getting ready for work and I'm pretty much ready to go. But I did swatches first, and I don't know what it is about matte shades, but matte shades just do not swatch very well. I did two sets of swatches. I did swatches with eyeshadow primer on my arm and with without eyeshadow primer on my arm. And I guess matte swatches or matte shadows do not swatch very well. When it comes to the color payoff, it took a lot just to get this look, and this is only 3 different shades that I'm wearing right now. And I tried, I really did. But I'm just gonna let you know right now, this palette is not 100% brown girl friendly. Like we butters out there though, you know, some of us butters, some of us shea butters, maybe. This look I created using, well, hell, which one did I do? Okay, I used Faith and Lockout as the transitional shade, as well as to help with the brow color. And then I used on my lid Instinct and then Lethal on the outer edge. So you can tell I've got on some makeup, but also it doesn't necessarily pop like I imagined, which I guess is fine because I've had both the Naked and the Naked 2. I've had both the Naked Basics and the Naked 2 Basics. The second one I gave away because I just wasn't feeling it, and I barely used it. I think I only swatched maybe 1 shade out of there. The original Naked Basics I keep whenever I want a generic go-to transitional color and I don't have one readily available. So that's what it is that I use the basics for. Kind of the, I want to put on makeup but not necessarily look like I'm wearing makeup kind of makeup. And so this is good for it, you know, like you can tell like I got something on, but you know, it ain't enough to where I'm gonna steal your daddy. It's enough to where it's like, dang, let me look at her in her eyes real quick before, you know, think about it. Okay, cool. And so I'm not saying that you gotta have, you know, steal your daddy makeup all day, every day, but also at the same time, this palette just is not flying for me. And for, you know, I would say this, if you are not familiar with the Naked Basics line, if you've never had either of the 2 Naked Basics, then I would suggest that you invest in this. But if you already have one of the previous Naked Basics, you don't need this, fam. You do not need this. Like, there has been, and I got about maybe 27 different palettes behind me in my armoire. There have not been any palettes that I actually thought about returning to the store. This is one I'm legit considering if I want to return to Sephora or not, because like I barely go to my previous Naked Basics palette, so this one I'm legit thinking about, do I really, is it worth my while? Because these first 4 shades, when I swatched them, fam, where? Bitch, where? Where did they show up? Not at all. Now the deeper shades, this Lethal, this Blackjack, this Magnet, and Magnet does have a little bit of shimmer to it, as well as, and I will say this Blow shade, I misspoke. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, so it did somewhat show up. But these other lighter shades, nah fam, ashy. Like, just put some cocoa butter on top of it, you ashy fam. That's it. Now Extra Bitter, that looks like that could be a pretty interesting color, I ain't gonna lie. And I was able to get this, but it took a whole lot of dabbing and dabbing and dabbing and dabbing to get this. And then even just a little bit of Fix Plus, because I just felt like, is the shit showing up? Anyways, so this retails for, I think, $54? Either $54 or $56, because it is a full 10 shade palette. Now I will give it to Urban Decay in regards to architecture. So design of the palette, beautiful, nice, good, hard plastic cover, still in line with the Naked series. Beautiful presentation. I love the full size mirror that's in here. It doesn't have any branding or logos on there, so I love that. And as always, Urban Decay will go ahead and throw you a brush to use. This is a dual-sided brush as well too. I didn't use their brush, it's still in the plastic, but you know, I got 5011 brushes out there. So this is also an Urban Decay lip gloss that I'm wearing right now. One I believe was discontinued. What is this? Lip Gloss Revolution? Shadow Heart is this shade. So, you know, I was trying to keep it all in line. But anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna do a tutorial with this or not. Like, I really don't even feel like filming tutorials with this palette, because I don't think it would be worth y'all's time to, I don't think this palette's worth your money. If you already are, like I said, if you have or if you have the Naked Basics or the Naked Basics 2, you don't need this palette. Stick with what you got. If you don't have any of them and you want an actual matte palette, one that's just subtle for the I want to wear makeup but not look like I'm wearing makeup kind of makeup looks, then go on ahead and get it in that regards. But brown girls, if you do get this, you're gonna have to work with it just a little bit. Just you're gonna have to work them brushes and work them elbows to try to get you some color payoff. I'm just gonna go ahead and be real with you. But other than that, I ain't gonna boycott Urban Decay. You know, we still stocking the full spectrum palette that's going to come out later this month, and the initial swatches that I've seen on that don't necessarily look the best, but who knows? I don't know if they got primer on their arm or not, if they use Fix Plus or whatever. You know, I mean, I want to show the most color payoff, so when I get that palette, I'm gonna give y'all the reel on that, because I have been stalking that palette. This one, I don't know, fam. We'll see. It's one of those where you ain't gotta have it, whether you don't or not. You ain't gotta have this palette. So I actually filmed this morning, but after sharing my initial thoughts with my makeup group, I came to overlook a very important fact about this. So one thing that I neglected to remember is that I'm okay. I have a love-hate relationship with matte eyeshadows, as you can tell from the swatches. But what I tend to forget is that even though they may not necessarily be the best for me, they may be the bee's knees for y'all, especially those of you with hooded eyelids who can't necessarily wear a lot of shimmers or glitter or sparkly shades. And that is one thing that some of the ladies in my makeup group pointed out to me today that I just like, damn, you so right. I be forgetting about those. I have a lot of real estate and room up here for different looks and whatnot, and different shades and cut creases and smoky eyes and everything. So I tend to forget that not everybody is built with the same shaped eyes of mine, like mine. So I do apologize. And the more I looked at my face during the day and got compliments on my makeup, the more I realized, you know what? I'm not gonna return this. I'm not. But it ain't exactly gonna be my initial go-to. Now, in regards for the no makeup kind of look, yes, definitely. Because this is subtle, but enough to maybe, you know, like, hey daddy, I ain't trying to steal you, but I could. Just enough for that. So, you know, some of these brighter shades I'm still not a fan of, but still, after wearing it, look, you know, getting pictures, sharing them, and going about in different meetings and everything today, I have to say, okay, all right, you know what, Urban Decay, I'm sorry, my bad on what I said before I had coffee this morning. I still don't think y'all need this palette. It ain't a ride or die, but it can be beneficial. It does have potential. So, just look. As always, thank you ever so much for watching, liking, commenting, and especially subscribing. If you're not here for my shenanigans, go ahead, hit that Control, Alt, and F4. Otherwise, if you are here for my shenanigans, if you have any questions or suggestions, please hit me up in the comment section. Stay tuned. I got plenty of videos coming on the way. I've got a haul video coming, got another video blog coming, and some more Beauty with D coming as well, too. So until then, I will see you on the next video. Take care.